Toughest city this side of Johannesburg, South Africa.
Well, that's why we're here.
There he is. Bull Connor.
Nobody looks like that. They must have made him up.
Bull Connor is Birmingham.
Who is he?
He was a sports announcer. He's very popular. And he got it in his mind that he wanted to go into politics. Now he's commissioner for public safety.
I know Mr. Connor from way back. He was a first-class strikebreaker.
Still thinking you can desegregate this place non-violently, Martin?
Birmingham is the most powerful city in the South. If we can desegregate it non-violently, we can desegregate the South.
There's a medium invented called television that captures faces. I'd like the rest of the country to see what we've seen all our lives. This television is going to be the medium in which we're going to bring this country face to face with itself.
Hello, Dr. King.
Hello. My brother, A.D., do you know where he is?
He's in the office.
Thank you. You're gonna meet me at the airport, A.D. What happened? I want you to give me one of your special introductions tonight, all right? Now, don't make it too long. Last time we just went on and on. About 8 minutes would be about right.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I ain't up to it.
What do you mean you're not up to it? You're a wonderful speaker. You're lovable. That's what you are. You're lovable. And you know why? Because you make people feel important.
They're asking me to resign.
Nobody's going to ask you to resign because you're going to be brilliant tonight.
Martin Luther King has become a famous man, but to me, he's still my brother Mike. I opened one of the letters that came to our house today, and it said, "This is not a threat, but a promise. Your head will be blown off." But Mike got a hard head. I remember a time when Mike was leaning against an upstairs banister. He plunged headfirst into the floor. It must have been 20 feet from the top of the banister. I said it must have been 20 feet from the top of the banister, right on his head. But nothing broken, nothing scratched. Then he was riding a bike, and a car hit the bike and hurled ML into the sidewalk. I mean, he flew over the handlebars into the ground. He flew over the handlebars into the ground. Still all right. Then I remember a time when we were playing baseball. Now, Mike was the bat catcher, and like my bat slipped out of my hands and hit Mike on the head. Wow. I bent over Mike. I said, "Mike, are you all right?" And the first thing Mike said when he opened his eyes was, "You out, you missed on your third strike." I told this to one of the women in the congregation, and she said, "The Lord had a hand on him even then." She said he was saving him for us. No harm could come to him. I said no harm could come to him. You know, I think maybe she was right. I just think maybe she was right. Maybe he gave Mike a hard head for that purpose. My brother, Martin Luther King.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. You know, I've always thought that A.D. was a better preacher than I am. And tonight proves it, doesn't it? Thank you. Tonight, many people, including black people, are asking, why are we in Birmingham? Why direct action? Why sit-ins, marches, and so forth? Well, my friends, I must tell you that we have not made one single gain in civil rights without determined, legal, and nonviolent pressure. Lamentably, it is an historical fact that privileged groups seldom give up their privileges voluntarily. What would you like to do? Use Molotov cocktails? That is not our movement. I'll tell you. I'll tell you what our movement is. It's to understand him. Yes, even him. It's to ask yourself what it would be like if you were taught since you were a child, since you were baby enough to crawl, that the Negro is a thing. If you had been taught by your parents, by your teachers, yes, even the preachers and the people sitting next to you in church, that it's not wrong to hate, and what would you be then? That's what this movement is. It's to reveal these people to themselves.
Start down here. You, what's your name?
Reverend Fred Shuttlesworth.
Give me a knife.
Well, you're Shuttlesworth.
Yes, sir.
Shuttlesworth, you've done more to hurt the niggers in this city, to set them back, than any man in the history of this city.
That depends on how you look at it, Mr. Connors.
You're gonna find that I'm your best friend.
You're my best friend. That's a surprise.
What are you up to now?
We're gonna shut down Birmingham. We're gonna integrate it.
You're gonna shut down Birmingham?
Yes, sir.
Who's that?
It's Mr. Al Hibbler, famous singer from New York. Come down here to give us a hand.
Famous singer?
Yes, sir.
Shuttlesworth, I've got an injunction here from Judge Jenkins, banning all demonstrations. I'm asking you to disband.
We can't do that.
Why not?
We're gonna shut Birmingham down.
Get the wagon. Get him in the wagon. Get him all in the wagon! Let's go now. There you go, that's it now. All right, get him in there. What about that, huh? Down here cause trouble, huh? You drive me nuts, huh? What about that? Beats anything out of a son. Bunch of yahoos. You
This is going to destroy everything we've been working for.
Well, we have to go ahead.
It isn't the time.
Oh, I know. It's never the time.
If you wait a few months...
We waited long enough. We can't stop now.
Well, he won't stop. So what do we do?
Can you imagine the guts it takes to try to integrate Birmingham?
I said, what do we do?
Same thing we always do. Nothing.
Barton, gentlemen, to see you.
I'm Father Micklejohn.
How you do?
Reverend Redding.
Yes.
And Reverend Jenkins. Rabbi Kaplan. Father Deans. And Reverend Hargrove.
Would you like to sit down?
I understand you're planning to use children now in your protests.
Yes, that's right.
That hardly seems brave to use children to do a man's work.
Children are very useful. They can't be pressured to stop demonstrating because they may lose their jobs.
We want you to leave Birmingham. We can deal with our own problems.
You haven't dealt with them very well up to this time.
We're not the only ones in this community that want you to leave. There are black people in this community that want you to leave, too.
Yeah, I'll bet there are.
I can't understand you. You're a clergyman.
We're here because we are clergymen.
And how can you stand there and preach to your congregations about Jesus?
What you're doing here is illegal.
And everything that Adolf Hitler did in Germany was legal. And yet I know that if I had lived in Germany at that time, I would have aided the Jews. I would have openly advocated disobeying the law. You protest now, but why have you never protested the reasons that we're here? Why didn't you protest when homes were bombed and people were killed? Where are your collective voices when hatred and defiance are called for by the white people who sit in your very own churches?
Will you stop these demonstrations?
No.
If you continue, people will be hurt. People may be killed.
Yes. Perhaps.
You're a man who preaches nonviolence and prays in his heart for violence.